Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans first down.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget that he set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
He's got room at the 30. He's still on his feet.
Touchdown, New Orleans!
Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for good yardage.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that one wound up in the end zone.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
A short kick taken at the 18. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught by Olave.
Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive, it comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Winston. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
On 3rd down, Winston. Here's Johnson with a reception. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
The Saints had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, you fooled him with the inside run.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Play fake. Cousins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Olave over the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The 1st down throw for Winston. 20! And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Jameis again.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Touchdown! Alvin Kamara with their 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
On third down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it at the 42. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a first and 10
right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They go play action. Winston.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 32 that time.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. Jameis to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Winston.
And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. This is caught. Touchdown. Alvin Kamara on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Saints have got it on cruise control.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Working out of the gun, Cousins buying time to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins.
They're going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
First down, Winston. And his throw here is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll throw again. Winston. Quick completion here to Johnson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Jameis now on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Fields this way up at the 17. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Alontae Taylor.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. From the gun, Winston.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the 38, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
On play action, Winston.
He completes it to Olave.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints extend their lead yet again.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded just outside the goal line.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
2nd and 7.
Cousins gives way to Cook. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Kamara up the middle. And the ball is knocked out. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
It was great just to see Daniil Hunter back on the field after missing all of 2020 with a neck injury. When he's on top of his game, book him for the Pro Bowl, and he'll always be contending for All-Pro status.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Give him 30 yards there.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play at a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Third and long for Cousins. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Winston's throw caught by Olave. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Here's Winston.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game. Defensively, they bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no...
Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go.
To throw is Cousins. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They run it again with Kamara. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them.